Hi, welcome. In this video, Mo here once again with Kobe, and we're about to go into week 2 of the board and training process. And here in this video, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of distance work with Kobe in terms of control, having him stay in position while I start to introduce the come command. Again, this is the first time I've done this, and so I'm going to start this off again with just the basic method in terms of adding the down on again. So again, incorporating the down into this interaction to help to really generate some focus before I step off. So again, this is where I'm going to be moving with him. We're going to be starting to use, I'm going to be using the longer leash here, so I have a little bit of a longer lead here I'm going to be using for this exercise. And so again, when you start to do some distance work with a dog, okay, it's based on a demand. Okay, so this is about establishing right relationship by way of, again, how you're asserting influence, getting dog to come into agreement, creating stability, make sure the dog is really solid. And so I'm going to be saying his name, but the expectation is for him to stay until he actually hears the command. So I'm going to be lining it up through when I'm asserting influence. Just as I'm giving the come command, I'm going to be starting to pull the lead at that moment. Now, if he starts to move before that, or as I step off, this is where, again, I'm going to be kind of assessing how far away I'm going to be stepping off, because I want to catch those moments that he's starting to break from, say, the sit position. So I can reassert, reestablish it, and then, move further and further away, the better he does. So again, I'm going to start to line this up. Again, this is, going into week 2, so this is where I start to introduce commands, because again, as the dog's perceptions change, then you can start to tie in some verbal commands. But I'm only going to say it one time, okay? So understand, when the dog hears it, then action is needed, okay? If you're saying come, 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 that's no good. That's like begging a dog to move, okay? Be like, a child in the toy aisle saying, I'm going to count to 10, and you better come out. Well, guess what? They're going to wait till you get to 10 and a half, and they might come out. So versus a look, by way of what's been established in the relationship. So here, again, I'm going to start to move with Kobe. Again, it's going to line this up by way of starting to bring him under the basic method. So I'm going to start to do again, adding the down on. The down is something I'm working on with him. Little push, pull, down. So getting more and more, you can see there, getting more agreeable to the down, the intent of it, responding well to it, starting to collapse. Sit. Legs move on the sit, which is great. Just generate a little influence and communicate with him. I want him to sit. Capture again his bum, little push, pull. Again, moving. Capture. Good push, pull before, again, doing the down. So again, down, little push and pull when he's down there. Again, keep him under level of influence when he's in the down position. Sit. And again, this really helps to line up the distance part of it. So as I move in here for distance, now this is where I'm going to step off in a second. Now here's the thing, when I say stay, okay, your dog should know the intent. It's kind of implied by way of how I'm interacting. I'm a little more sharp, okay, in terms of being a little more sharp with the how I'm asserting being under influence. So when I step off, kind of almost picks up on that to say, okay, this is a little different here. Dale's just a little bit more crisp in how he's communicating with the leash. And then when I step off, I'm going to step off with my right leg. Again, a little bit of body language. So if I'm moving with him, he's on my left side, I step off with my left. Here, I'm going to step off with my right. Same thing here. So again, line this up, little push, pull, stay. As I step off, I'm holding the leash up nice and high. This is the first time I've done this. Kobe, come. I say come, I immediately pull in, bring him right in front of me for the come command, little push pull. And even here, you know, if the leash is kind of knocking up against him a little bit of incidental contact, you want him to be able to accept that, or things happen sometimes and not have a big response. So you want to tap the leash a little bit if that happens. That was excellent. That was the first time I've done this, and very good. I mean, excellent. And come around again. Again, same thing, change hand over, so I'm ready to corral him, bring him into the sit. Really good push pull. Stay. Stay at one time, step off, immediately focus. Turn, shift your focus. He's looking at me. He's very focused on me. Kobe, come. Right in, perfect. In, push pull, excellent. Move around again. We'll do it one last time. I always want to try to end on a good note, so when you introduce, he's very enthused, tail wagging, push pull, stay. Be assertive with your voice. So you're going to step away a little further this time. I'm quite a ways away from him. Kobe, come. Right in, right in, right in. Perfect. Push, pull, and then walk around. Now, for the first time, that was fantastic. Okay, but again, when I talk about a system, going through a sequence, kind of knowing where you're at, where you can start to step off, start to do a little control work, start to think about using verbal commands. But again, you see, when I give the command, I'm already pulling. Okay, so again, that's how you establish it. But he's ready for it. So again, very, very happy with that. It just shows very solid. Starting to move again into week 2. So this is where things start to progress even further in terms of expectations. Kobe's doing great. Thanks for watching.